Big up, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. I'm Adam. I'm going live. Hold on. Give me a sec. So, big up, everyone. We are live for the post game of Brazil versus Tunisia. Sorry if I couldn't go live yesterday earlier because there were just so many things out in the way. I just couldn't hit up. I couldn't do it. So it's time to do it right now, and the perfect opportunity is today. I hope everyone is doing good. Yeah, I hope you guys could hear me. Smash up the likes. You know the drill. So yeah, so I want to talk about the game. Let me see if I could try to bring on Michael. So so we're gonna talk about the game that just wrapped up yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch up with the game yesterday because I was at work and I had other things. Personally, unfortunately, even yesterday I couldn't even do Botafogo's game against Sporting Reseda 3-2. They came back from 2-0 down and won the whole game itself. So yeah. So sorry if I couldn't like do it for say. I wanted to do it, but there's just so much, and then there was BS games anyways with Mexico doing the ridiculous to CONCACAF and the U.S. smashing Uruguay. Who Vascaeta is going to miss the fly flu dart, which I'm going to get into in a bit. But yeah, I'm live. I think this so I couldn't handle the pressure, and I couldn't do it a lot. But it's like a lot. But I just hope everyone is doing well. So yeah, I'm trying to do everything. So yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Brazil. So yeah, so hoping everyone is well. So my thoughts about the game. I like I said, I didn't watch this game due to because I was at work and I was just trying things. So, but I heard that Brazil was a bit disappointed, unfortunately, which we'll get into it. Let me try pull up the Google score real quick. But of course, I couldn't watch any highlights. Um, or couldn't show you any highlights. So yeah. So so let's put this in. So yeah, we tied Tunisia 1-1. So I didn't even have time to watch the highlights full time either. I only watched like a few minutes a bit, and I just see that 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 I'm gonna get into it in just a bit. So yeah, we tied Brazil 1-1. Tunisia scored first. Esteval equalized. We won a penalty. We won two penalties, and Esteval took the first penalty basically, and then around 70 minutes, we got another penalty, and Pakata missed it for bloody sakes. And the Tunisia fans, they celebrated hardly like this was anything. Which Stan. And then especially around the 22nd minute where Wesley does the mistake, giving them so much space. What was he doing? And as well, who else? And Marquinhos as well, kind of not as well, trying to inward as well. So big up Denver Unites 14. I see you in the chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, this was a disappointing game, honestly. We had like many chances. I know that Google won't say how much they're not giving you the stats, so it's best I have to go back on FOPMob instead because Google's not even showing it. My thoughts on the performance. I know Real Madrid's women's are winning 1-0, so you're probably happy about that. Then Unites 14, or you take on Barcelona. So yeah, so let me pull this up. So Esteval, yes, he got the penalty. He he took yeah, yeah. Charlie Patrick needs to be cooked. Brown Emblem Absarongan. He's absolutely getting paid on Sky Sports. Yeah, what a joke. What an absolute disgrace. And you know what's worse? Danny United 14, this couldn't get worse yesterday. Guess what? All the Pochettino fans, Dick Riders, they're getting giddy about it. They're getting giddy because they smashed Uruguay 5-1, and that's unacceptable. And Real Madrid, I see they're on the attack, but it's just absolute disgraceful as well from Uruguay because all the because the U.S. fans will say Enzo Maresca is not a good manager, Pochettino's work is better, and all those Pochettino fans are talking along the U.S. soccer, and that's the problem as well. But besides that, Denver United 14. Besides that, what else would you want to say about this game? You did watch this game because it was 7:30 p.m. for you. For me, I was at work, so I couldn't catch it up. And so yeah, so let's check the stats. So I see we got 74% possession of the ball, 26% possession. We got the better shots, but did we even did anything? So it looks like that we had a lot of shots, and I thought we were not being clinical. It looks like we're not being taking care of business. We got the 3 shots on target, but I think this is overall in the game. This is all the game, not just from open play. So which means in open play, we only got 2 shots on target. And of course those 2 other shots, the 2 out of 21, sure, they were the penalty kicks, which I'm gonna get into it. So big chances, 2-1. So we missed our big chances. So Tunisia, I thought Brazil we might be the slightly better team, but or I don't know, but it looks like we did absolutely nothing at this point, this standard. Yes, Esteval, he took the penalty pretty nicely, but from open play, we should have lost this game honestly, and we did absolutely nothing. We did nothing. We did absolutely nothing, in my opinion. Honestly, it wasn't as convincing as the game against Senegal. And Tunisia, fair play, they deserved the draw. Honestly, probably the win at this point. They had the less shots, and they were more clinical than us. And we won 2 penalties, but unfortunately, Lucas Paqueta around the 77th minute guided that looks like that he is getting his confidence has gone down. And Paqueta hasn't been the same ever since leaving ever since West Ham has been going down pretty bad. West Ham, their standards has fallen off. West Ham, they're probably going to get relegated. As for Paqueta, I don't know if he gets called up for the World Cup because, no offense, with those penalties, like, especially if we're in the penalty kick situation or we have to took our penalties away, especially in a must-win game. I know it's only a friendly, so I'm not going to go too up, but it is concerning that if he does not go, then he probably shouldn't be taking pens. Michael needs to cook Charlie Patrick again. Hopefully. Let's see if he could get on my stream. I sent him the live link. I mean, I'll try to send StreamYard link if he wants to come on. I sent the link on Instagram and Twitter. So yeah. So shortly he has to join. So yeah. My thoughts, so yeah, I thought it looks like that we were not that clinical. We had the better of the ball, but we didn't did anything, it looks like, with it much. We were just missing shots, misplacing passes, shots. The final third has been awful. In open play as well, we couldn't do anything, not even from corners or anything. So I'm just a bit disappointed. And Carlo Ancelotti, after everyone was convinced of our performance, our 2-0 win against Senegal, I thought we kind of I wouldn't say crap the bed, but I thought that we slowed down. I thought we were just being not serious. Well, Tunisia, honestly, they might be the better. Tunisia, well, they are a good team, honestly, so couldn't really underestimate them. So I'm not really too mad, but a little bit disappointed about our chances not taking it seriously, which we should, and we should be winning. So yeah, I just want that to improve. So yeah, smash up the likes. You know the drill, guys. Yeah, what they're trying to censor is a joke. And I will get water as well in a bit. 12. So yeah, so as I check the highlights, it looks like it seems that the team was just um maybe not balanced or not I mean they were, but just not being that final end product is just not good today. The shots inside the box 10. Sure, the defense will do things. So yeah, so it looks like just like in the second game, it looks like we took off our foot off the gas compared to the first one. So yeah, but this isn't the only problem. Let me try to get something real quick and continue on the chat. Oh, bad news, Danny Unites 14. Guess what? Arsenal women have equalized. The score unmarked. Arsenal women have equalized. It's 1-1. It's 1-1, Danny Unites 14. What's your response to that? 1-1. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. That was such more defensive from Real Madrid's women. A cross ball. They knew that it was coming in. ¿Dónde está el agua? ¿Ya te di la vitamina D? No. No, no te la he dado. ¿Cuándo te la di? ¿Te la di? No. Que te dije que te voy a dar la vitamina D. Te di la otra. Pero no te di la vitamina D. Que te dije, Anthony, la vitamina D. No, sí tengo agua aquí. Pero no te la di. So yeah. So what are your thoughts? They've equalized. This was such poor defense from Real Madrid, but they're going to VAR. Big up to you, Ethan. Salute you. Brazil fell off. It's sad. But yeah, I'm just disappointed because just like that, honestly, I think for some reason the goal stands for Arsenal. It's 1-1 in that game, but even though the reason why I'm saying this is because it's happening. I'm live doing it. But I'm here to talk about our post game. For some reason, our first game, once we do our first game, we're good. But in our second game, we fall off. Honestly, like why is that? Why is that? And even though the lineups are very similar, almost, um, for some reason in our second games, including the like, listen, we smashed South Korea 5-0, and we weren't taking care of business against Japan until we fall off a cliff. And now today against Tunisia, disappointing draw. Thought we could have lost. Same thing against Bolivia. We cooked Chile 3-0, and we lose to Bolivia away from home as they needed this win. And then, unfortunately, if this is going to become a little bit late, see, this needs to be addressed. From 2022 World Cup, yeah, I'm for 3-2. 3-2. We were 2 down, 2-0 up, and then we freaking fumbled that. And I'm gonna get to the player ratings, but yeah, we could see one goal for open play, but we've also scored 2 goals. We did well against Senegal, but in my opinion, Tunisia, they're actually a great team. They might be one of the best teams on form in Africa. And I see they're participating in the Arabic Cup because they don't go together with the African Cup of Nations. I don't know if that's true. Oh wait, do they? Do they do both? Interesting. They play Qatar. They play African nations. Yeah, this is their recent form. They got a 3-2 win against Jordan, a 1-1 draw against Malta, a 3-0 win against Namibia, and the 6-0 win. So Tunisia, they're actually on good form, honestly. When was their last time they lost a game? Damn, the last loss was against Morocco. I mean, that was a friendly. So that was the last time. Morocco, we all know they have the best right back, Hakimi. And for Hakimi, what a player. So yeah, so I'm not too mad. Maybe Tunisia, they might be. I don't know if they might be one of the favorites outside of Morocco to win AFCON or the Arabic Cup or both. But something to keep in mind. But I'm trying to understand their squad because Tunisian football is not known here in the U.S. Especially So I don't know much of their players. I don't know their strikers. So I see that see this plays for Ansburg. The guy that got to the goal plays in Dominican, which I think that's Ukraine or Russia, as Ukraine has the playoff. Yeah, it's Ukrainian Premier League. No, it's Russian. My bad. Oh, okay. So yeah, you have this guy. You have. So I'm trying to know about the rest squad. So I know there's been a lot of yellow, maybe a few bad giveaways when we couldn't capitalize. Unfortunately, plays for Nice. Okay, center back or left back. Their goalkeeper, where does he play? So I may not know about the team, so I'm trying to like understand. I'm hopeful that I could try to understand North African football because it looks like they got some good talent. Interesting. That I should maybe have a look even me personally. So before I give the player ratings, let's talk about the mistake. We're missing or I hope I pronounce his name capitalized. So at the 22nd minute, I believe so the even though I know I can't show images, I gotta go on Twitter to find the perfect one. But unfortunately, Wesley, he was at fault for that goal, and he was at fault for that goal. Yeah, Brazil has won just 42% of our games since Neymar's injury since October 2023. Neymar has not played in our last two games, so literally was carrying on his back. Honestly, yeah, you could debate about that. Honestly, I think we still miss Neymar, honestly. And even though some people are saying that we didn't need Neymar against Senegal, but you saw that against Tunisia. But the problem, Neymar, he just cannot stay fit. I still need Neymar, even if he's not on good form. Whether he's doing good or not, whether he plays in Serie A or Serie B, it doesn't matter how Santos does. No matter what, I think we still need that team for balance, chemistry, experience. So what? I still trust Neymar, but the problem is like he needs to as well stay fit as well, not cause any problem. And of course, we keep hearing about Neymar with has no place in Brazil national team ever since he got injured, back in 2023, and consistently made the wrong decision because yeah, we lack creativity constantly, make the wrong decision in the final third, and struggle to score goals, especially from open play. Until Brazil's we will continue to miss him. Honestly, I agree. I agree with what all Brazil because look at this, especially if you don't have the team with that profile. And I know some people say, but Cable Neymar is there. But remember Ronaldo R9 before 2002, the dude was cooked with legs gone and ended up to win the whole thing. Are we forgetting about that, guys? And this has been poor. So far we've only won 4 out of our 8 games under Ancelotti so far. 4 games, just 4. And I know it's only a 50% win record, but it's already some people are questioning him as coach, especially for the call ups. And I know some people were worried, including me. But even though he is the most experienced, but if he doesn't fix up, and if we get crumble like this in the World Cup, then yeah. And I really don't want to accept us being finished. I really can't. I can't really hope to say, but I just hope that everyone. But but even though the call ups, I don't know what's going on. If it's not like managers, if it's the CBF, if it's football, if it's just Brazilian football itself, if it's the CBF, then yeah, we need to talk about it eventually because it looks like we keep seeing the same old guys, and it's not just Mexico. I mean Brazil. Mexico as well yesterday with that loss against Paraguay, my another national team, and now you're seeing your crosstown rival, not crosstown, you now you're seeing the United States cook fucking Uruguay, who Uruguay absolute jokers by the way. And I know Flamengo fans will absolutely hate about this, but you know what? Before we talk about the rest, I know that I know Vascaeta won't be available that flu game likely because he's coming in. But the USA, they're getting giddy about their friendlies. They're just like Tottenham. They're getting giddy. They're following that same path with Tottenham. They're getting giddy. Trust the process. Get all giddy about it. Winning friendlies, but they don't win serious games. So I still don't trust the United States. And then of course the US will say, "Oh, but they've done a great job at Windows." And listen, that was against MLS defenders, and yet Ronald Aho is getting bullied. Barcelona's captain getting bullied by MLS's the MLS's attack. It's an absolute joke, bro. You let them score 5 against a crap USA who went trophyless, unless 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 I mean you could say Uruguay didn't care about these friendlies. I mean it's only a friendly, I get it, but when it matters, it matters. And then I know Mexico, you could say they have not won a game since winning the Gold Cup final. Of course, some people want to blame the Gold Cup, just like Chelsea at the Club World Cup, and they're not going to look that great after that. It's like bullshit nonsense. I Mexico thing, they've called up the same team, and I know that I'm not trying to like mix up with why you're talking about coffee and you're talking about Brazil. It's like something very similar. But it's like if you keep doing this ridiculous, and especially if it's not the manager, if it's the federation, something needs to be called up because it's not really sustainable. And especially that you're like, 5-time world champions, Brazil. And now with this, it's not sustainable. And I know this is just ridiculous. If Carlos Prada orders times to suffer, and if we get eliminated in round 16, you know the drill. Then yeah, when this like if it's true that our federation is doing this, when it's time to call it up. Even with Carlo Ancelotti, I will say can already see clear improvements. Play, post freedom, energy, the press, direct. But the problem is the final ball is still a final issue. Like it's been really poor. Because I'm gonna get to the players right now. Oh, by the way, Dan United's 14. It's 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1. Oh shoot, is Sam is live? Shoot. Is he live? Or is it a video? Oh, Sam is live? Yeah, we'll try redirect to him once I'm done. Alright. I'm gonna join you in the chat in just a few minutes. I'm talking about once I'm done talking about our performance against Tunisia, Brazil. So even from far away. So yeah, big up to Sam. We will try redirect. I can't redirect to him, so I might just put the live link. So in my opinion, I'm not gonna be like too upset, but a little bit concerned. I will be doing a Brazil 2025 review. What needs to improve? What needs to happen for the World Cup next year? As we approach, as 42 nations have qualified with those final, 6 spots. All right, let's talk about the performance. But yeah, Wesley, unfortunately, stinker and hooked. Honestly, he's the reason why the goal we've conceded. What was he doing? And basically, Mars, our one that another Tunisian player was going over here. He was right here, and then he like cooked them, checked in, and I think either Bruno Guimaraes or no, Marquinhos is here, and even he is also at fault for knocking off the ball, and then you let him do it. And I think either Militao, unfortunately, who was mid, and unfortunately at the 60th minute he had to be subbed out. He was the reason that fault for the goal. He was at fault for the goal, and it went in the back of the net, and our goalkeeper Bento made a mistake. I thought Ederson was playing, but it looks like it was Bento. So it wasn't. It was just not good enough. And Bento, he still need to work on some things. And if we're gonna keep concede like that, imagine if we did this against bigger teams. Like if we do get a hard team, like I don't another rematch for Germany or Spain, or so it's not gonna be pretty at the end. And this is why I need to improve. And bringing on Danilo, he was nah. What was the point of calling him up? Victor Roque only played for the first half. I know he was just getting started for Brazil. Thought it looked decent in some chances, just not being clinical. But I'm not going to be too on him because it's been a while. I don't know if this is the second time he's been called up for Brazil. It's been a while since getting called up. I think, yeah. It's been good for Palmeiras, Fabrizio Bruno, mid, Fabinho, did much. Lucas Paqueta, his confidence is low. Did not much in the midfield. Missed a penalty. Could have won the game, and we couldn't. And yeah. And yeah, so now I think he should be our main penalty taker. Luis Enrique, he came on the last 10 minutes. Couldn't say much. Thought it was too late. The substitutions were just mid from Carlo, you could say. I mean, Roque, well, I kind of get it. Well, he could have started this game, but no. So, yeah, so this Tunisia's, and they looked much better. And then, yes, the final third has been awful, bro. Vinicius Jr., how are you giving a 7.1 rating? You might have done, some outside dirty work stuff, trying to run over that defense, but you're not clinical in the final third, bro. Like, what are you doing? And of course, with Carlo, yes, you're given that much freedom, but you still have not scored a goal. You have not scored a goal in open play since that game against Villarreal. I think. I think that was the last game. Another game he got locked up easily, or not possibly locked up, but like not clinical. Zero goals. Look at this. Zero, zero, zero goals. He has not scored since that game against Villarreal. So over 10s go to the fourth. Not scored since that Villarreal game, and it's not looking good for Vinicius. And ever since you said 10 times more, you're giving me 10 times less. I'm not in. And Rodrigo, I thought you looked good, but the problem is, you may got the assist last time. You two haven't been clinical enough, and you've been playing on that left position, and you still have done. You have touches the opponent boxes. Why haven't you not scored? Rodrigo, he has not scored a goal. He has not scored from open play, especially since he doesn't take penalties or those set pieces. Or I mean, he does. But this guy Rodrigo, unfortunately, I know he's my baller. He's my guy. He has not scored in the last couple months. He has scored very few goals this year. I'm like, what's going on with him? At age 24, what happened to him? He has not scored in any single game. Got a couple good ratings at Faultmont, but that isn't gonna. It's not sustainable, bro. No offense. No offense. It's not good. It's oh it's a premiere. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch that video. Yeah, I was just doing my post game Brazil, and Rodrigo and Vinny continues their awful form. Same old crap. And I was not impressed as they were trying to hype up the Senegal game for nothing. It's a joke, bro. Like I'm not trying to like negative, but it's just ridiculous. But it's it's nothing new. So what else would you want to say, guys? So yeah, so yeah, couple green ratings, not good enough. He has not scored in like for how long? Hold on, why is it not letting me go to next? He has not scored in a really long while. When was the last time he scored a goal? It's been a long while. What happened to Rodrigo, bro? Zero goals. Zero goals this year. And I know my battery's running out low, but well, what was the last time? Was it April or May? It's been a while, bro. Rodrigo, ever since that fallout in like the spring, things have fell off. Or ever since that game against Argentina, I don't know. That's where he fell off a cliff. And now he has not scored. It's been a while. I can't even find out here. His last goal was in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid? What? No way. You have not scored since the round of 16 in the Madrid derby? This is absolute pathetic, bro. If you don't fix up, and I'm not trying to like be like on tip, but like it's just we need actual toughness for actual enjoyment and that magic. Like you have not scored since March, and I thought you had a good okay period between January and March as expected, and you have not scored a goal since then. That was your last goal of the season. Was literally that mistake was Javi Galan made that mistake in that Champions League Madrid derby at the Bernabeu in the first leg. That Real Madrid went 1-0 up in the first like 3-4 minutes of the game. And you're kidding me? They have not scored. Wow. Especially how much space. It's not. We need a serious talk, honestly, because if you're being selfish, it's not going to be sustainable. We cannot perform. A lot of guys have not scored. Esteval, in my opinion, well, he did deserves a rating. He hit the woodwork in 5 total shots. Just unlucky. I thought he looked our best player. And even if he did score, I thought he was the more likely. So fair play to Esteval. Everyone else did either their job. You could say just did his thing midfield. Everyone else was either mid, sucked, especially in the final third, like Vinny Rodrigo and Cunha. I know he was brought in the 40s, or well, he was brought down.
Ten tu vitamina D.
Ajá,
Amor, ¿qué tienes
espérate.
ojo?
My bad, sorry, it's just my mom told us. But yeah, I was just disappointed, honestly. No win at the end. Just we couldn't find the back of the net, and we need to make a video. I will be trying to make a video when needs to solve the players. They need to be more earnest. Oh, I thought this could have gone in. There's absolutely nothing. Why wasn't Andre Santos brought out? Paulo Enrique decides on a single minute job. Pedro, oh, you could rest him against Burnley. Or at least he could have been playing a couple minutes, but since Victor Roque wants to be there. Or, I mean, well, it's a two striker role, kind of ish. Well, of course, he played Roque. I thought João Pedro could have somehow played for Vinny, but it looks like he didn't. Or at least João Pedro should have started, and maybe Cunha could have been rested. And now, let's go on Twitter about the thing. So, yeah, so Wesley, by far worst of our player of the game, honestly. Yeah, I did the rest of the defense, but just everything else, Militao. Militao unfortunately got injured again. He's injured again, guys. So yeah, so more bad news for not us. I mean, kind of us, but more for the club level. I bet Real Madrid fans, especially my guys, Sam, Matriots, Will, big ups to all of you guys. Big up to all my Real Madrid fans that are watching this and friends. But Yeah, Militao is injured and he's expected to be out for the next 4 games. And Gabriel Magalhaes could be out for 1 or 2 months as further test results. 2024, leave the football before the football leaves you. Casemiro is our most important player. Wow, a year and a half later. This is not good, bro. Honestly, I'm just disappointed, bro. I'm just furious, bro. Honestly, yesterday was not a great day of football. Militao. So it looks like, yeah, I thought especially the other players should have been called up. But you know what? I'm just a little bit upset. Yeah, I'm not like kind of like fully, but I'm not like trying to be like outrageous. Like, but it needs to improve, bro. A lot is going on. Coffee calf. So yeah, yeah, and unfortunately, going to this form, Argentina might just be one of the favorites to do it. If a country from the Americas were to win the World Cup, it's fucking Argentina. I really hate seeing them win. So I need us to do something. I know we're not one of the favorites, but so yeah, so it looks like so bad news for Real Madrid and Arsenal fans. And unfortunately, due to Carlo Ancelotti calling them up, even though for experience, for help, I guess, even though these games don't really matter at the end of the day, and you're still gonna get paid either way. Militao's out for 2 weeks, so he will miss like 4 games apparently for Real Madrid. He's gonna miss their game against. I mean, I know Real Madrid don't really have a tough schedule, but they've been getting frustrating results against Liverpool and Bayern. They have not scored in 2 straight games in a row with Javi Alonso. And I know for Javi Alonso, Real Madrid fans. So unfortunately for Militao, he will miss that game against Olympiacos away, Elche away this Sunday, Olympiacos on Wednesday in Greece. The fireball, basically, of a volcanic eruption where balls come on your head. That's what the atmosphere will feel like in Olympiacos, Greece. Or I think it's in Athens, a city, but the team is called Olympiacos because due to the ancient history. And and um and he will also miss the game against Girona and Athletic Club. So Real Madrid, they're actually playing 4 straight away games after their international break. They already played 2, so they're playing 6 straight away games. So yeah, so Gabriel's out for 2 months. Militao's out for 2 weeks. That's the problem. And then of course you're gonna have people saying why use it exactly. And I get it. This is why I know some people are starting to hate international football. They're starting to hate international football. At this point, you probably might just go ahead and hate on the World Cup, your Euros, Copa America. At this point, and then if it's true, if we're gonna have a clash with club and international football fans, then yeah, then of course, then unfortunately we're gonna have to fight. I don't know what's gonna happen next because it looks like the relationship is falling off between club football fans and international football fans. And listen, I'm an international football fan. Yes, I love club football. I don't have a club to support because I just like enjoying it. I'm just not loyal either way because there's always going to be an enjoyment. I don't really hate a club, but I kind of get it where the club fans were talking about. So it says, why use our player friendly in the Brazilian league? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Could have called up. World Cup is next year. We're still trying to get our lineup in place. It's more forward than the U.S. I mean, that's true as well. So I get the outrage. So I really don't really blame this guy. Hope that they'll be. Yeah, that's true. For my biggest fear during the World Cup, our best. Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem as well. So yeah, and unfortunately, now we've lost two of our players. And I know, and this is not my fault. And I know people hate on Ancelotti. As for Gabriel, so if Gabriel, for Gabriel, this is huge for Arsenal because if he's going to miss he's gonna he's gonna miss the next 2 months. If he's gonna rest for the rest of the year, they're gonna miss Arsenal's big game. Arsenal, they do play Tottenham Hotspur in the North London Derby at the Emirates this weekend, this Sunday. They got Bayern on Wednesday. They got Bayern Munich on Wednesday at the Emirates, and they play Chelsea in the Derby, in the London Derby, the main London Derby. Red versus blue, just like the English version of the Madrid Derby. Same thing with that. Gabriel is out for 2 months, so he's gonna miss all these games, including the December Christmas period, and the holiday period. Basically, he's gonna miss it. So I get why, and this is why I get Arsenal fans are annoyed. I feel you guys, even though your women's team are winning 2-1 up, and they came back against Madrid, but it's not really. So yeah, it's not looking good. Speed recovery to both. And yeah, it's not looking good. But yeah, it could be out for 1 to 2 months. As a Chelsea fan, I'm smelling that. I hope Brazil. Yeah, absolutely. Facts. Absolutely, bro. Like, it's not looking good, especially the injury. And especially Carlos man managing. I mean, in game managing of subs and all that. That needs to be questioned. If I mean, I'll make a video. I will have to make a debate or stream about it eventually again. But yeah, this is how we wrap up the end of the game. It's just disappointing. Honestly, November kind of sucks for me. It felt like the BS from October never ends, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what to do honestly now. I don't know. Like it's just not sustainable. So yeah, so we might just end the stream there. Any final thoughts, guys? I'm just disappointed, honestly. I think things need to fix up. Yeah, man, that's the problem. We have won just 42-hour games. That's the problem. And apparently, Vinny's a better player. He's not showing up. Not that it's not really sustainable. If we're just going to let Esteban, and it's just not sustainable. I don't know, bro. Like honestly, it's just not looking good. So, any final thoughts, guys, before I close this up? And also, important announcement. I got some really bad news. Kind of. Okay, not bad news, but it's about today. It's about today. So, of course, I'm not going to be live for the Palmeiras Victoria game because of I'm going to go out in eat. But the point is, I may not go live for the Fla Flu either because I'm gonna um I'm gonna send this publicly. I'm gonna pick up my grandpa who's coming from one of my my grandpa actually, not my not my not my grand uncle, my grandpa actually. He's coming from Mexico and he's coming for Thanksgiving, so I have to pick him up likely. So if I don't go live for Fla Flu, I'll make a decision in the next like 30 minutes. I will be using the restroom. So that might just be it for the stream. But if I don't go live, I will have to let everyone know. I'll let the chat, the community post know that I won't be live for Fla Flu. I want to do this game, but he's expected to arrive somewhere like around 5 o'clock or before that, or possibly maybe as early as 4 p.m. So I gotta get ready to go eat. So yeah, so if I don't do the game, I'll let you know. I want to do it still. I'm probably gonna have to let my uncle know that I may not go. I don't know. I'll make a decision. So smash up the likes. I'll decide, but we will be back for tomorrow. Sao Paulo Corinthians is tomorrow. We will be back. So yeah, so yeah, in case that happens, so yeah, so I will be doing a Brazil review at the end of this. I will do a 2025 review in like the coming week. First, let me just set up because I got a big week ahead, guys. So it depends what happens in 30 minutes. My schedule is going to be complicated for the rest of November, for the rest of the next 2 weeks, for the rest of the month. Obviously, we all know Saturday we got the Sudamericana final. I might try to go live for a La Liga game. I don't know. Not Barcelona Athletic Club. I don't know. I need to talk to Michael as well, trying to do the Chelsea Barcelona preview as early as I don't know Saturday, Friday, if not Sunday. Chelsea and Barcelona are going to clash in 6 days in the Champions League. Funny enough, their women's clash tomorrow at Stamford Bridge, and then before the men's again. Chelsea versus Barcelona is tomorrow. The men's one is in 6 days, and I'm going live for sure. I'm trying to bring on Michael. It's by far a huge game, bro. And don't forget, we got the Sudamericana final between Atletico Mineiro this weekend against Lanús, and here comes Arsenal. It's like, nah, that's not good. It's offside. And they got the job done anyway. And don't forget, we got the Libertadores final in just 10 days from now. Diaz. 10 days to go for for Libertadores, who will decide for the FIFA Intercontinental Cup to play Cruz Azul. And as well, trying to do videos as well to wrap up. Trying to release everything, and heading to December, it's going to be a busy schedule. So yeah, I got a busy schedule coming up this November. Oh yeah, and I might also do Chelsea versus Arsenal with Michael. Chelsea, honestly, only because it's a big game, and everyone's yeah. So yeah, so big up everyone in chat. Big up to Daniel Knights 14. Big up to Ethan. So only 2 people in the chat. Honestly, disappointed. I thought there should be more. So yeah, so I'll make a decision. I'll let you know, guys. So I gotta go, guys. Bless up everyone, and we will see you in the next one.